It's time for our January 2019 plan with me. This month we're doing a fresh new cover and calendar page, a new weekly layout, and a fun yearly tracker. So let's get started. Hi guys, welcome back. My name is Shayda Campbell and this is the 2019 January plan with me. I can't believe it's 2019 already. I know everyone's saying that. The year just flew by. Now, I've also just released my bullet journal setup for the new year. So if you're interested in seeing how to create this cotton themed 2019 cover page with the resolutions page underneath, definitely check out the 2019 setup video that was released Thursday, December 20th. I'm also going to link that in the video description, but you'll find it on my channel. In that video, we do this calendar page, and I've got it all planned out for you so you don't have to erase it 10 times like I did. And we do the key and the index. Gosh, what else did I do? I did a little YouTube tracker, and then I also did a little wish list, things that I kind of want to get in the new year, or things that I have on my mind for the new year. But anyways, I'm not going to get into any of this today because that's a whole other video, the entire journal setup. I'm using this beautiful dark green Baron Fig journal this year. But basically what I want to do today is I do have one more yearly tracker, that blank page that you just saw, that we're going to do, and we're going to focus on the January cover page. So let's get started. Now, the cover page is a cutout or a window page. This was something I did in my 2018 yearly setup, and it was well received. And I'd like to give it another go and potentially even use this idea for every month going forward. So the layout is quite simple. What we're going to do is mark 8 squares in from the right-hand side, and we'll make that same marking on the page below. We want 8 squares because we want there to be room to do a calendar on the lower page. The lower page is functional. It's the calendar, it's the goals and notes, and the top page, the cutout page, is just beautiful. And the theme this month is an olive branch or olive branches, and drawing them is really fun. They're sort of woven together. Each one that you draw lies slightly on top of the one before it, and so that you really don't see the stem at all. So they're just these big, beautiful, fresh leaves. I wanted something that embodied the idea of a fresh start, and of course I just love drawing botanicals. So we've got that mapped out. Now we'll flip to the next page, the lower page. Make sure that 8 squares in is really defined so we don't go over it. And then I'm just gonna write the short form for the month of January at the top, and then I want to place a little calendar below it, and I've got room to do that, and I sort of have to think about that a little more, but I'm going to come back here to the front page and start going over it with my Pigma Micron. This is the 01 nib, so quite small, and I'm just going and doing the outline of all the leaves carefully, but very simple, careful and simple. And I just want to take a moment to thank Skillshare for sponsoring today's video. Skillshare is an online learning community with thousands of classes in design, photography, watercolor, and more. A premium membership gives you unlimited access to high-quality classes from experts working in their fields, so you can improve your skills and unlock new opportunities. And right now, you can try 2 months of Skillshare for free when you click the link in my video description. So use my link for 2 bonus months of Skillshare. All right, so where are we at? I'm just finishing up drawing the leaves in. I've done a strong, simple contour drawing of all the olive leaves, and I've made sure that there's a strong, dark line down the middle of each leaf, or not the middle, but wherever. And I just want to make sure I have enough leaves. I don't want there to be too much of a gap where I'm going to be cutting. I want the leaves all along that stretch. I'm going to erase all my messy pencil lines, and now I'm going to take my tiny 005 nib Pigma Micron, and I am going to start shading these leaves, and I'm going to do that with some very delicate line shading. This is a really fun meditative activity. You really have to just trust your hand and know that your hand sort of knows where you want it to go and where you want those lines to stop. my best advice is to just always pull the pen towards your body when you're working. And if that means that you have to flip the book upside down or whatever, then do that. And all I did was make some sides darker and some sides of the leaves lighter. Some are completely white, you'll see in the end here, and some are almost black. And just by having this beautiful variation in shading and shadow and color, it creates an illustration that looks much more intricate than it really is, because the olive branches themselves are not a complex drawing. But by adding all this line shading, you create just this wonderful look of depth and shadow, and the places that are just white really pop, and it just looks like this brightly lit leaves that are also kind of really darkly shadowed, and it's beautiful, I think, and it's simple, which I love. And I'm gonna write a fresh start. That's sort of my sentiment for the month. As I said, this front page doesn't have to be anything, it just has to be pretty. So I can put my sentiment there, have my beautiful olive branches, and then I'm going to cut out along the edges of the branches here. And you can either use tiny scissors or an X-Acto knife and a cutting mat. And once that's done, I'm going to flip that out of the way, and we're going to work on our more utilitarian page where we'll have our calendar and our goals and notes and all those things. I've made some small changes to the calendar page on the side here, mostly just added the month number, which it's the first month, and that's just sort of a design choice. Although it does help when it's, August and you're like, wait, what number is this month? 9th, 8th? Anyways, I'm just going to do simple block lettering, and I'm going to color them in a nice striking dark black. For the 01, I am going to do a white block lettering with an inline. And I just usually have to get my head really close to the page to do these little details. So you can see my head bobbing in and out of the shot. Once that's done, I'm going to continue the cotton theme that I started in my 2019 journal setup. I'm not going to focus on how to draw the cotton because I do talk about that in the other video, so make sure you check that out if you're interested. But it comes together pretty easily. They're just these fuzzy, bulbous, funny shapes, and it's just a fun botanical drawing that's something a little different. I find I have to push myself out of my comfort zone and do something other than just the typical leaves and flowers, so that I'm not just doing the same stuff every month. I'm gonna add a little quote there in the bottom. Basically, I'm planning everything out in pencil, and then I'll go over it in pen, adding the month title at the top. I'm gonna have a little area for goals, and I've got the little quote at the bottom. You could put notes here. I'm also gonna put some affirmations on this page. You could have to-do lists. Like I said, this is a very utilitarian page because it's hidden by your cover page. It lies underneath, and I think that's the beauty of this design, is that you see the most important part, which is the calendar, and then all the other bits, the goals, the notes, that's all hidden underneath. So I've got goals for the focus area. Those are going to be some affirmations that I want to focus on for January. And yeah, still room for some pretty on there. It's not just utilitarian, but I'm just loving this. I really love the window page or the cutout page. I feel like this one underneath maybe needs a little something above the quote there. It's kind of empty. So I'm just going to put like a little quote or something. I don't know. I'm just drawing this little area. It's like a button. Remember, like if you went to school in 1999, you had to build a web page. It was like, add a button. Anyway, I'm just gonna make this "you got this" button and leave it at that. That's done. We're done with that. All right, moving on to the new weekly spread. For January, I'm trying something different, but very minimal and pretty. I got this idea for this spread from Book of Notes on Instagram. I just thought it was a great way to lay out your week and have your little weekly tracker not take up too much space. So the way that she did it was to have this little tracker where you could track like whether you woke up at the time you're supposed to. I'm gonna put, did I go to the gym? Did I post on Instagram? Did I drink my 8 glasses of water? And then you've just got this tiny tracker. You can say if you did that or not, and you use your gray or whatever color marker to do this really sleek and simple layout that looks so nice, and you've got lots of room for all your daily to-do lists and notes. I'm super happy with this new layout. I can't wait to put it into practice, and definitely check Book of Notes out on Instagram if you don't follow her already. Okay, I have one more yearly tracker that I want to show you guys. I'm super happy with the way my whole journal is coming together. The theme is minimal, calm, bright, botanical, maybe a little bit cozy. And if you're interested in learning how I did any of these yearly layouts, the calendar page, the cotton cover page, check out my video on my 2019 journal setup. Here's where we're going to do the last thing, the yearly layout. I'm loving this cutout page for the January layout. I think I might have to do a cutout page every month. It's perfect. It's beautiful, it's functional, it's fun, it's different. Let me know what you think in the comments below for sure. I'm also loving this weekly layout, and we'll see if I stick with that. But to end off our January plan with me today, I want to do one more yearly layout, one that I didn't have time for in the 2019 video. And this is, I'm going to call it my memory tracker. I'm starting by just drawing a straight-ish line across the page here. I'm going to put the title up in the upper right-hand corner, just using a really simple cursive, whimsical cursive, we'll call it. And then what I'm gonna do is make a little icon or doodle or drawing that symbolizes a specific memory. And the first memory I'm doing is just one from December, since the year hasn't started, but I want to show you how this is going to play out or work out. So what I'm doing is, my memory for December is, this is going to be the first year that Chris and I have ever celebrated Christmas, just the two of us. We're really excited about it. We're going to miss being with our families, but it's also going to be nice. We've been married 6 years, together 8 years, and we've never done the holiday just the two of us. So I am drawing a little Christmas tree, and then underneath I've drawn a line with a ruler, and I'm just writing right on the line, First Christmas, just us two. I'll put the date above the image, and you can see by the end of the year I'll have this fun little chart with all these great little memories, and it's just going to be something fun and cute and whimsical. So we've got the yearly memory tracker, the cover page, the new weekly spread. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and that you found it informative, inspirational, and fun. Thank you again to Skillshare for sponsoring today's video. I've been using Skillshare as always. I found this great class all about folk art. As you guys know, I'm into pattern design and folk art and gouache, so this is great. I also found a course on modern watercolor techniques, and this one just spoke to me. I thought if you like my style, you might get a kick out of learning from her, because she's got a similar style with maybe a little more quirk, and she definitely is great at food and animals. So check her out. These are just some of the great courses you'll find on Skillshare. Thank you guys so much for watching today. I hope you're as excited as I am to be opening up a fresh new notebook and planning out your year. I think it's such a wonderful way to start a new year with all this hope and planning and positivity. Thank you for watching. Please make sure to tag me on Instagram if you're sharing your cover pages. Leave me a comment below. Let me know what your subject is for your planner this year. And I will be back on YouTube January 8th with a new tutorial. See you then.